And then the last game of the night, the Sunday night's football game, Colts at 49ers. Colts get the win here, 30-18. We didn't think this was going to happen. Colin Cowherd didn't think this was going to happen. Vegas didn't really think it would happen, but the machines did. So the machines got the best of all the kind of humanity this week, unfortunately. But the machines, I think they kind of controlled the weather. I think the machines were in a bad spot, and they had to, rig the game a little bit and have a torrential downpour, because that was really the only thing, the only main difference in this game here was the turnovers. I mean, when we look at, what they did offensively, it was basically right around the same. Carson Wentz, 26 throws for 150 yards. Jimmy Garoppolo, 27 throws for 181 yards. Jonathan Taylor, 18 rushes for 107 yards running-wise. Eli Mitchell, 18 carries for 107 yards. So they really matched up pace offensively, kind of to a T here. Running, passing, real equal numbers. The only main difference was the turnovers. Jimmy Garoppolo had 2 interceptions and they fumbled twice, so 4 turnovers there. And the Colts only had 2 fumbles. One lost fumble by Carson Wentz and 1 lost fumble by Jonathan Taylor. So +2 for the Colts in the turnover column, and it was a 2-possession, 12-point win. So that's basically what it came down to. If it wasn't raining, do the Colts win the game? I don't think so. I don't believe so. But obviously we don't know, and we can't really kind of think about that moving forward. But the Colts get the win, 30-18. Let's see where these turnovers came from, and then we'll get into the scores, and then we'll get out of here. But here we go. The Colts, they fumbled on their opening possession, and they got down 9-0 because of that. Then they fumble again at the end of the first quarter, but the 49ers could not get anything out of it. So out of 2 turnovers, the 49ers only cashed in for 3 points. Now let's count the 49ers turnovers and what the Colts did with this. Now the 49ers turned the ball over later in the game, so less chances to try to come back from it. First fumble results into a touchdown. Kind of going up 13-12 at halftime. Second fumble goes and results into another touchdown, 14 points. Interception results into another touchdown, 21 points, and then the last interception comes with only 2 minutes left. So off of 3 turnovers during meaningful competitive football, the Colts scored 21 points. So without turnovers, this score is kind of, 18-9, kind of, if you want to think about it that way. So this is why, once again, we're not buying this Colts team 100% now because they won this game. We're still not even buying this Colts team really any. It was a torrential downpour with 4 turnovers. I think that's kind of the game. So once again, we're breaking down this Colts team, and we've wanted, I'm not, I'm not anti-Colts or just trashing this team, folks. We like the Colts. They were off-season favorites. We predicted them to win the Super Bowl up until week 2. But now we're seeing, this Colts team, they're winning some games, but they're winning it on kind of just contingency, just one thing, last week, 3 big plays against the Texans really won them the game and made it a blowout score. 4 turnovers here. That's the only reason why they win this game. So we're still not saying that this Colts team is ready to compete for a playoff spot or anything like that. Carson Wentz goes 17 of 26. Remember, this was torrential downpour, so 65% is pretty solid there. Only 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor, 18 rushes for 107 yards and a touchdown. Who was Carson Wentz throwing to? T.Y. Hilton did not go this game, so I'm glad Michael Pittman Jr. was right back on top, being the leading wide receiver, so that's fantastic. Michael Pittman Jr., 4 catches, 105 yards, and a touchdown. But then we have Mo Alley-Cox, 3 catches, 25 yards, touchdown. Zach Poshko, 3 catches, 14 yards. Then for the 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo goes 16 of 27. 16 of 27 is a 59% completion percentage, 181 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Nothing great. Eli Mitchell, like we said, 18 carries for 107 yards and a touchdown. And Jimmy Garoppolo, who is he throwing to? Deebo Samuel, 7 catches for 100 yards and a touchdown. Charlie Warner, 2 catches, 30 yards. Mohamed Sanu, 1 catch, 16 yards. And Jamichael Hasty, 3 catches for 15 yards. So just unfortunate torrential downpour. Couldn't be, the ball slipped here, for some of these interceptions. I mean, just look at this interception right here. We can go back to this. This is kind of the interception that kind of sealed it here. Down 5 points, 3rd and 3, 5.5 minutes left. They're at their own 40-yard line, 3rd and 3, trying to pick up the first down. Jimmy Garoppolo completes this ball right here, but the ball bounces out because it's slippery right here with the wide receiver's chest. I mean, this is the catch. It just slips out, and the defender just takes it, and that's it. So once again, just the downpours here getting to the 49ers. We're not going to sell the 49ers off this loss, and we're not going to buy the Colts off of this win. But now we get this by Kyle Shanahan, which once again, Kyle Shanahan, I think he's kind of ruining this team a little bit. These coaches kind of start getting too kind of, smart for their own good, I think. And I think we're kind of getting to that spot with Kyle Shanahan because we get this. And once again, the kind of inconsistencies and the non-answers in the offseason of who's going to be the quarterback. You've still got a quarterback in Jimmy Garoppolo, and you've said it multiple times that, hey, we don't really want to start Trey Lance out of the gate. We want to kind of, get some practice and get some reps in practice and maybe a couple of reps here in actual game time scenarios. But even Kyle Shanahan early on said Trey Lance is not ready. So why not just say Jimmy Garoppolo is our guy and be be done with it? But the entire offseason, he's like, hey, we're going to play Trey Lance this season. We just don't know when. And, we don't really know who the starting quarterback is. We'll talk about that. Like, he was like the last team to really certify Jimmy Garoppolo as the starting quarterback. Like, why? Like, what are we doing? And now after this game, asked if Jimmy Garoppolo will start versus the Bears this coming week, Kyle Shanahan said, quote, I would guess so. We had two quarterbacks hurting this week. Jimmy was able to come back and play. We'll see if Trey Lance can next week. We're still not sure yet, but I got a lot of things to figure out. So once again, Kyle Shanahan leaving a big old question mark, a big old spicy meatball on this 49ers team that's going to affect Jimmy Garoppolo. Oh, I'm not the starter. Why am I not just a clear-cut starter? Why are you still wanting to go back to Trey Lance? I couldn't get it done in torrential downpours. That's what you're going to base it off of? And like all that, you're just making it so if you do go to Jimmy Garoppolo, you're going to get lackluster play. And if you go to Trey Lance, if he's not ready, then Jimmy Garoppolo has a chip on his shoulder. Maybe that he doesn't rise to play to that chip, and maybe he flounders. But I don't like what Kyle Shanahan is saying actively here. Just put it to rest. Jimmy Garoppolo is our starter. Trey Lance is not ready to go quite yet. Keep it with Jimmy. You're still decently in the season. Yeah, you're 2-5 or 2-4 so far. It's not the end of the world quite yet. I would stick with Jimmy Garoppolo. You're gonna let a rainy day say that Jimmy Garoppolo can't play quarterback anymore for your squad? I just don't think that's the right thing to do. So I'm not really liking what we're seeing out of Kyle Shanahan this season, and now the 49ers are 2-4, can't win a game, unfortunately.